I am Henry Rise, and I am currently the owner of Midwest Sky Sports. We specialize in sling build assist and quick builds, and then also we do a lot of light sport maintenance and general aviation maintenance as well. So Midwest Sky Sports is located in Carroll, Michigan, at the Tuscola Area Airport, which is KCFS, which is a nice location because it allows us to do all the building and fly off right here. So once we establish a customer, at that point we send them a welcome package directly to their house, and that kind of welcomes them into the Midwest Sky Sports and Sling family. And at that point it kind of gives them a breakdown of what the build assist is going to entail. The customer schedules their stay here, which is nice because there's hotels literally a mile down the road, so it's very easy to get to, and we have cars available for transportation back and forth. And then we team them up with one of our experienced employees, and at that point they work hand in hand and side by side with our employee during the course of their build, which usually is in total about 2 to 3 weeks. But most people with their schedule and jobs and everything break it up into a few day segments here and there. So they'll come for a couple days a month, and the total build time usually with all the kits in-house is about 6 months. We always start from a kit. So right from the door, starting with inventory, we were able to control quality of every build right down to every detail of the aircraft. It allows us to fundamentally incorporate better quality products and keep our quality control at a manageable level. And the customer gets a great deal of knowledge about their aircraft because they know the aircraft inside and out, and they've physically touched and were part of every build portion of the aircraft, and the empennage and the fuselage, the landing gear, and then the finishing. So they get a good sense of how every detail of their aircraft is built and functions. The customer participates in 51% of the aircraft build. We assist the other 49%. And when the customer is not here in-house, we still continue to build their aircraft. And then when they're here, we establish a program that allows them to capture their 51% of the tasks of the build. So they're able to be involved in every aspect and portion of the aircraft. And that qualifies you for your repairman certificate. So at the end of every build for the customer, they're eligible to become a repairman, which would allow them to be the mechanic on their aircraft so they can do all their own maintenance, which is a big cost savings for them. So aside from our 7,000 square foot facility that we have our build center in, we also have a paint facility. And what we do is we fly in a painter named John Starr from Artistic Aviation. And what he does is he's a 30-year paint veteran of aircraft and an artist. So what he does is he does all the paint schemes and picking out colors. So everything is done in-house with our painter. 90% of our wiring is done through Midwest Panel Builders. They provide the wiring harnesses, the panels, and all the avionics packages. And they work directly with the customer. And the avionics packages are done in a harness package and a panel package along with the avionics. So everything is kind of arrives as a detailed assembly, and then we assist the customer in installing that into their aircraft. The aircraft documentation is done in-house by Midwest Sky Sports, and that starts off with the N number, registering an N number, the registration application, and then we move on into the airworthiness application, and then they just review it and sign it. And that also includes scheduling the DAR inspection. Once the aircraft is complete, we then begin our first initial test flights, which is the beginning of the 40-hour fly-off. What that entails is the first 5 hours of flight is when we go do our checklist of items from the airplane factory, and that requires about 5 hours of flight in total, and then work with the customer in flying the remaining 35 off. Aside from being the oldest and longest operating build assist center in the country, aside from the airplane factory, we have a team of dedicated personnel that have a combined experience of 40 years in not only Rotax engines, but in aircraft as well. And half of our staff are pilots, so they understand not only the flying aspect of the aircraft, but the building and maintenance and quality of it as well.